Good morning, yoga. Sorry, having a little device issue here, so I had to switch a little bit. I hope this is on. Good morning, this is yoga with North Dodge Athletic Club. And just making sure I'm in here. Hope everyone is having a good weekend to start. And hello. So once again, virtual yoga. Thank you, North Dodge, for organizing this again for us. And hopefully we won't be hearing a lot of thunder. It was raining earlier. Yeah, let's get settled. I'm Erika, and we are doing kind of a fairly faster flow vinyasa today. We'll probably get a little warm, but as you all know, you never have to do anything that I'm guiding. It's maybe a little bit of a challenge, maybe not. It's entirely up to you. And the beauty of doing this at home is that you can adjust however you like. So let's start getting grounded and settled. Find yourself in a comfortable seated position. Oh, good. Hi, Kara. Find yourself in a seated position and maybe finding some props. So if you have any blocks, certainly grab some of that or some of those. If you don't, I've also found that a little step stool can work fairly well on some things. And or if you're by a couch or a chair or something, certainly you can always come into using any balancing assists that you would like. And maybe a strap of some sort, any type of strap. This is some type of a luggage thing. I like to use all the time. I like to use a non-stretchy scarf, or maybe even a TheraBand or something. Even if it's stretchy, that's okay. So find yourself in a seated position, grounding in, settling in. Maybe letting all of the things we have to do this weekend out, letting all the thoughts go. Maybe you'll be in a cross-leg position or a hero's pose, sitting on your thighs. And we'll start with just relaxing. Picturing the spine nice and tall. Rolling the shoulders up and forward and up and back and down. Maybe connecting the breath here. So we're taking an inhale as they come up and exhale as we send them down. Inhale up and exhale down. And maybe switch opposite directions if you were going in a circle. So we're still inhaling maybe back and up, and exhaling forward and down. Close the eyes and just start paying attention to the breath. Really hearing it and feeling it. It's the basis of all yoga, of course. And we'll start with a simple breath exercise where we'll inhale for 4 counts and hold for 4 counts and then exhale for 8 counts. So just try. We'll go through a few rounds. So if it doesn't work out right away, that is fine. We'll have another chance. So we'll let out all the air to start. And then inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top of the breath, 2, 3, 4. And And then exhale nice and slow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Try that again. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Try that again. Try another round at your pace. One more time. Inhaling. Hold. And exhale. And just notice anything that may have changed, maybe any calming effect. Or maybe you're just, maybe it's kind of an odd sensation sometimes when you think about holding and controlling your breath, but it will come. And just relax the breath now. Deep breaths all the way into the lungs and all the way into the belly. And exhale nice and slow. Good. And let's roll on to hands and knees. Find yourself in tabletop position, hands and knees. Nice neutral spine to start with. That was my dog groaning. The knees are directly below the hips, the wrists are directly below those shoulders. Grounding in here. We're still breathing deep. We'll come into some cat-cows, start warming up the spine. So on an inhale, drop the belly toward the earth, the gaze goes up, hips seek the sky, inhaling. And exhale, round the spine up toward the sky, drop the hips and drop the head between the biceps. Inhale, cow, drop that belly, gaze goes up. And then exhale, cat. Like a scaredy cat, rounding that spine up, pressing the earth away with the hands, making space between the shoulder blades. Couple more rounds at your pace and your breath. Inhaling to cow. And exhale, cat. Maybe really dipping in, bending the elbows, warming up the biceps and the triceps. Pausing anywhere where it feels good. You're rolling up that neck a little bit. And come back to this neutral spine. Ground here. And then we'll walk the hands forward just hands width or so. And we'll start warming up, coming in, connecting some breath to movement. So we'll bring the chest forward, so our hands are just a little bit forward from where we were, about a hand's width. We'll bring the chest forward, so we're in a plank position with the knees down. Hold here, check your alignment. Those wrists should be fairly below the shoulders. And then on an exhale, we're going to bend the elbows, tucking the elbows into the wrists, and bring the chest and the chin and forehead all the way down to the mat. On the inhale, we'll lift the chest and head, gazing slightly forward, not too far up, not straining the neck yet. Maybe later. And the feet and the thighs are still on the mat here. bringing the shoulder blades together, back and down toward the hips. And then exhale, place those hands below the shoulders and press back to child's pose. And then again, it will inhale to the supported knees down plank. Exhale, bend the elbows, bring the chest and chin all the way down to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, not pressing, but lifting. And exhale, press back, child's pose. Stay here in child's pose. Really stretch the arms long. Maybe walk those knees out to the side of the mat. Way out, send that belly down between the thighs. And the toes come together behind. And stretch the fingers long toward the front. Forehead is on the mat. And really stretching long, making space on the sides of the body, by the ribs. And then walk the hands over to the left side. Pressing and stretching the right ribs, right side of the body. And then walking the hands over to the right. And pressing into the left ribs. Space, making space between the ribs. So we have space for our lungs, for our breath. And then walk the hands forward. And we'll press the hips up to the sky for down dog. So we're making the inverted V shape with the body. The heels, the back legs are trying to be fairly straight, but the knees can be bent quite a bit. And we're trying to send those heels toward the earth by releasing the backs of the legs. So if they don't reach, that is just fine, but we're trying not to hold them up. We're trying to release down. And this is, of course, our first down dog of the day, most likely. So we're probably fairly tight still. Our focus, though, is more on the upper body, making a long line all the way from the fingertips up to the hips. The hands are about shoulder width apart, and the feet are about hips width apart. Very little bend in the wrists. And then we'll walk the hands forward, the feet forward by the hands, and hang here in forward fold. Knees are bent still quite a bit. Drape the torso over the thighs. And we're going to release, drop the head down, release the neck. And here, if you feel a little better having a block or that step stool or something to help you, that is just fine. But the hands can be on the mat, to the block, behind the ankles, or maybe the shins or thighs. We're really trying to release the neck here. So nod the head yes and no. It's good inversion. And we'll roll up nice and slow. Shoulders come last. Roll them up and back. Hands out to the sides, palms forward, Tadasana, mountain pose. Find our tall spine. Energy reaching all the way from the earth up through the crown of the head. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. Together, opening the chest. Rock back and forth on those feet. Pay attention to spreading the weight. Grounding into the earth. And we'll sweep the arms out to the sides and up overhead with an inhale. And exhale, dive forward into that forward fold. And we'll lift the spine halfway so the spine is parallel to the mat. Hands again can be on a block, stool, or shins, or the mat. I have to lift up a little bit more to make my spine a little more parallel, but it doesn't really matter. We're looking for a nice long flat back, stretching, and then forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, that halfway lift again. And then exhale, step back with the left foot. Coming into a warrior one. So drop that back foot, so the toes are facing front and to the left, about 45 degrees. The weight is evenly distributed between in that back foot. Hips are forward, hips are both facing forward, and the arms come up overhead. Biceps by those ears, bending into the front leg. Just starting to warm up, getting some heat, some strength into the quad. We're trying to get that knee right above the ankle. Back leg is long and strong. Inhale and exhale, bring the hands down around the front foot, step back to down dog. And bring the left foot forward between the hands. Drop the back foot, sweep up to warrior one. Again, check the alignment. Hips are forward, stretching this hip flexor of that right back foot. Reach the arms up and long, and then make sure that we're dropping the shoulder blades away from the ears, shoulder blades down toward the hips, sinking into this front leg. Feeling some heat build, some stretching, and bring the hands down in front, step back to down dog. Now stay here, or I'm going to show you the vinyasa that we'll come back to keep building heat throughout the practice. From here in down dog, we'll roll forward, bringing the chest forward above the hands for plank pose. And here you can do it on the knees like we did earlier. And this time we'll bend the elbows or just lower halfway to chaturanga. Don't want us to go any further. Don't want to bring that chest any further than the elbows. We're just above it. And then we roll forward onto the tops of the feet and press the chest up above the hands to upward facing dog. The thighs are lifted off the mat. I don't know if you can see that very well here. But we're opening the chest, getting a back bend. And then we're going to roll over the toes and press back up to down dog. To walk the feet up to the hands. Forward fold. Exhale. Inhale. Sweep up. And exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Ground in. We'll do some sun salutations. Here, if you've been practicing with me, I do kind of a adapted sun B, where we throw in some extra warrior ones. So basically anytime we're in a lunge position, we're going to sweep up to warrior one. So we start in chair. Bring the hands forward, sink down, just like you're sitting in a chair. Feet can be still hips width apart. Bring those hips down. And exhale to fold forward. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale, step back with the right foot. Drop the heel. Sweep up, warrior one. Inhaling. Exhale, hands down, lift the back foot. Inhale, step the left leg back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga or lower all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog or the baby cobra like we did earlier. Exhale, down dog. Bring the right foot forward. Drop the back heel. Sweep up, warrior one. Inhaling. Exhale, hands down around that front foot. Pause. Inhale, step the back foot forward. We're in halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep up, sweep the arms up and sink into chair. And exhale, hands to heart center, straighten the legs, stand tall, Samastitihi. Go on the other side. Inhale, sweeping up and sinking into chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back with the left foot. Drop the heel. Sweep up, warrior one. Inhaling. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, step the right foot back. Plank. Exhale, chaturanga or to the mat. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Bring the left foot forward. Drop the back foot. Sweep up, warrior one. Inhaling. Exhale, hands down. Pause, lift the back heel. Inhale, step that back foot forward. You're in halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, sit down into chair. And exhale, stand tall, Samastitihi. Do that one more time, each side. Inhale, sweep, hands up, sink to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back with the right foot. Drop the heel. Sweep up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down in front. Inhale, step the left leg back, maybe holding it up, floating it in the air. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Bring the right foot forward. Plant the foot. Inhale, sweep up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, lift the heel, pause. Inhale, step the back foot forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up, sink into chair. Exhale, straighten the legs, Samastitihi. Leading with the left side. Sweep the arms up, sink. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back with the left foot. Drop the heel. Sweep up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, step the right foot back, maybe holding it up, floating it. Exhale, chaturanga or to the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Bring the left foot forward. Drop the back heel. Inhaling, sweep up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down. Pause. Low lunge. Inhale, step that back foot forward. Halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhaling, sweep up, sit back in the chair. And exhale, hands to heart center, Samastitihi. Beautiful. I'm warming up. I hope you are. Is everybody doing okay? Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Elizabeth, Kara. Okay. Little dancing warrior to start. Sweep the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back with the left foot. Drop the back heel. We're coming into warrior two. Find your alignment in your base. Back heel is either at the 45 degrees or maybe more at parallel to the mat. I'm going to sweep that left arm forward, down and forward and up and around and sweep up to warrior two. Watch this. Front knee wants to go toward the inside. We don't want it to do that. We want it to stay over here on the outside toward the pinky toe side of the foot. And we lift those arms front to back over the legs. Here our hips are facing to the left, to the side. We're opening the hips here. And find your strength, heat, sinking into that front leg. We'll reach forward, bring the right hand up overhead and drape it over the head toward the back of the hand. The hand kind of seeking the back foot. Left arm is resting on the back leg, or it can wrap around toward the front, the crease between the front leg and the torso. And then come forward, bringing the right elbow to the right thigh, sweeping the left arm up overhead to extended side angle pose. Still bending into that front leg, back leg is long. Just reaching long all the way from the fingertips to that back heel. Maybe the front arm comes down in the front of the front leg, the right leg. And then sweep back up to warrior two. Straighten the front leg, coming right into triangle pose, Trikonasana. Reach forward, sending these hips back toward the left, and then rotate the whole upper body. So our spine is parallel to the earth, about. Arms and shoulders are stacked, one on top of the other, 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock. Keeping these hips toward, right in line with the legs, not sending them back. And then let's try this. Bring that left arm down, and then sweep the right arm behind you. I know I'm going to be facing the wrong way here. Revolve triangle pose. Whew. And come back forward, sweep up warrior two, and cartwheel those hands down in front, step back down dog. If you want to keep a little heat going, either stay here or come with me on the vinyasa, forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. We'll sweep the left leg forward between the hands. Drop that back foot, sweep up to warrior two. Again, watch the alignment. Opening the hips. Hips are faced to the side. And the front knee is going to the outside of the pinky toe side of that front foot. Arms front to back. Gaze goes over the front fingertips. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Couple deep breaths here. Building strength and finding your calm all at the same time. We'll reach forward. Reach that front arm forward. Drape it up over toward the back. Back arm can rest on the back leg or wrap it around to the front thigh. Gaze can go up to the sky. Sink into the front leg. Oh, deep breaths. And then come forward, whole body forward, side angle. Front elbow to front knee, maybe reaching the hand down to the inside of the mat. Right arm comes up and over, head up to the sky, and then bicep by that ear, making it a long line all the way from the fingertips to the toes, to the heel really. Sink in. Keep breathing. And then sweep up to warrior two, but straighten that front leg. We're coming right into Trikonasana. Reach forward, rotate the whole upper body. So we're stacking the shoulders and the arms. The left hand can rest on ankle, foot, inside of the foot on the mat, or maybe on a block or a stool. Stretching up, opening the chest. Keeping these hips in line with the legs. The triangle is a very strong geometric shape. So this represents a very strong body and mind. And then we'll rotate this. So bring that right arm down. Probably the inside. I'm going to guess the inside for most people of that foot, and your block or stool is really good. I'll try that even. And then sweep that left arm up behind. Let's see. Maybe something like this. Getting a spinal twist. Hold and breathe, just a couple more breaths. Yeah, okay, come back down. Front triangle, and then sweep up, warrior two. And curl those hands down in front. Step back down, dog. Stay here or flow. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Ooh, take a breath here. Take a little break here. Maybe drop down into child's pose. Either is perfectly acceptable. Believe it or not, this down dog is considered a resting pose. And when I first started practicing yoga, I thought that was the craziest thing I've ever heard. So it's all right. Okay. Let's all find yourselves in down dog. Let's do one more little side stretch here. We're gonna lift the heels, so we're on the toes, and then drop both heels to the right. So kind of a twisted down dog, but our shoulders are still square to the front, so we're really stretching the left side of the body, and we're keeping the V shape, of course. And let's switch to the other side. We'll lift the toes up, or the heels up, and send those hips, send the heels toward the left. Shoulders are square to the front. And come back to center. And lift the right leg up to the sky, way up, and bring the right hip toward the sky. So we're stacking the hips, bend the right knee, so the foot is coming toward, dropping toward the hips, opening that hip, right side. And then square the hips, bring the right foot forward between the hands. We're in low lunge. Take a breath here. Come up to high lunge. I'm trying something a little new today. High lunge. Reach up. The back heel is lifted in this one. So it's not like in Warrior Two where the heel is down, but the back heel is lifted. Reach up. And let's bring the hands to the heart center. And we're coming into a balancing pose here. So we're going to come forward, starting to lift the weight off the back leg. We're balancing on the right foot, the right front leg. Bring that left foot forward, left leg forward, and lifting straight out in front. So we're bent at the hips. Left leg is bent. Drop the heel, bending at the knee to start. Maybe send that leg out, straight out in front. Trying to strengthen these hip flexors. Maybe bring the hands to heart center. Catch your breath. I need to anyway. And then we're going to send it straight back. We're coming into Warrior Three. Still balancing on the right leg. Send that left leg straight back like a pendulum. And lift it straight behind. Making a T shape with the body. Starting with the hands at heart center for balance. And I'm telling you, if you're on carpet, this is hard. And then I'm adding mats here. So find your best place. You can do this. Find a place on the mat, a gazing point, one point. Find your balance. The hips are square, so we're not, where they're flat, kind of square to the earth. You're using the left glutes to really lift the left leg up, leading with the heel, and maybe bringing those arms toward the front, by the biceps by the ears. Oh, warrior 3. And then let's gently place that leg, the back leg down, coming back into our warrior, lunge, high lunge. Whew. And place the hands on the mat around that front foot and step back to down dog. Let's go right on the other side. Sweep the left leg up to the sky and open the hip. So bringing the left hip toward the sky, bend the knee, drop the heel toward the hips. Couple breaths here. Shoulders are still square to the front. Square the hips, bring that left foot forward between the hands, and sweep up to high lunge. Back foot, back heel is lifted, sinking into the front leg, opening this hip flexor of the back leg, the right leg. Oh, inhale, reach the arms up, drop those shoulders away from the ears. And then here we're going to try our balancing. Bring the hands to heart center first. Better for our balance. And slowly start placing the weight in the front leg. If you want to stay here with the back leg touching the mat, that is just fine. We want to hinge forward at the hips, lifting the back leg straight out back to warrior 3. Do that. Kind of see. Again, trying to keep these hips parallel to the mat. Arms can come out straight ahead, biceps by those ears. Really lifting, using the glutes of the lifted right leg to lift that leg up. Find your focal point and balance. And lift out of this lifted, the supporting leg. That's sinking down into the hip, but lifting out. You're tall, you're strong and light. Ah, beautiful. Okay, bend the front leg, slowly, gently place the back foot down. High lunge. Couple breaths. And bring the hands down. Step back down dog. And stay here. Come on, the vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Maybe even add in an extra little push up. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, down dog. Okay. Bring the right foot straight up to the sky. Open that hip again. Square off the hips. Bring the right foot forward. Okay. Gonna do this kind of balancing thing again. We're gonna come into dancer pose. So, oh, you know what? I forgot to do the hip flexor. We'll have to do that next time. Slowly come on up. Did I do that? I can't remember. I can't remember if I did them both on the side. Anyway, we'll start. Bring this left foot up. And maybe send it out straight. Engaging the hip flexors. And bend the knee. Coming into dancer pose. So, bending the knee, bringing the leg, the left leg back. Left foot is back. Bringing the heel by the hips. Left arm is reaching around to the outside of the left side. And we're going to hold on to the inside of the left ankle. So the inside of the left foot on the inner arch. Start here. Knees are together, or at least the thighs are parallel. So we're not sending the leg way back here, out to the side, but we're tall here. The thighs are parallel to each other. And then we slowly find something to watch in front here. Bring the right hand forward, bicep right in front of that face. And we're going to hinge at the hips, at the right hips. And hinging forward, bringing the arm down. Bring the torso down toward the earth a little bit. And then using the quad, the left quad, to press into that left arm, that left hand. Opening the chest. So we're opening the left side here, the left chest. Pressing open, dancer pose. Find something to look at, to stare at, a point that doesn't move. Ooh, okay, beautiful. Release. Step back. Step back into high lunge. Bring the hands down. Step back, down dog. Other side. Left leg sweeps up. Nope, right leg sweeps up. Open the hip. And opening the hip here. And bring that, no, my gosh, left, sorry. Getting all mixed up. So we're bringing the, I can't remember now. Anybody? We're bringing the left foot forward. Yes, left foot forward. So we open that right hip. Okay. We were in down dog. Opening the left foot. Opening the left hip. I'm back on. Sorry, guys. Bring that left foot forward between the hands. Slowly start coming into balancing on that left foot. Bring the right foot forward. Right leg forward, bending at the hip, bending at the knee. So start. Hands at the hips or prayer. Maybe shoot that foot forward, engaging these hip flexors. Ooh, find your balance. Then we're going to come into dancer. Still balancing on the left side, left foot. Bend the right foot toward, bend the right knee, bring the foot toward the hips. Reach around the right side, holding on with the palm of the hand, holding the inside of the right ankle. Chest and hips are still facing front, thighs are parallel to each other. Bring the left arm forward, and we'll slowly start to hinge. Hinge forward. Lifting the back leg, using the quad to press into the right hand. Find your focal point. Dancer pose. Opening that right chest. Oh. Hold here. Another breath. Good. And then slowly release the hold on the foot. Step back to the high lunge. Breathe. And bring the hands down. Step back to down dog. Oh, okay. Reset. Maybe going through that vinyasa. Or hang out here, down dog. See me? Meet and down dog. And then come forward to plank pose. And work on a little arm strength here. Arm strength and abs at the same time. Come forward to plank. And you can come down on the knees here if you'd like as well. We're going to roll into side plank. So roll onto, bring the heels toward the left. I'm going to lift the right arm up to the sky. Side plank. Pressing up with the hips, using this core, the obliques. Arms are stacked on top of each other, 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock. And maybe lift that upper leg. Oh, strengthening that outer hip. Oh, keep breathing. Nice and smooth breath. Roll down to plank. Maybe press back to down dog for a couple of breaths. To relieve the pressure on the wrists a little bit. Ooh. And we'll do that on the other side, so come on to plank. Again, drop down to those knees if you like. And roll the heels to the right. Weight is coming on that right arm. And the left arm can come up to the sky. Also, if you like to do this on your elbows, on your forearms, I should say, that is equally as challenging for the abs, in my opinion. And maybe lifting that upper leg, the left leg, working the side of the hip. Oh, a couple nice deep breaths. Building strength, pressing up with the hips. Okay, roll down. And let's bring those hips back to the heels for child's pose. Starting to bring the energy back down. Oh, stretch into this pose. Deep breaths. And bringing that energy back down. Let's press up, press the hips up, press back down dog. We'll do a pigeon pose here. So sweep the right arm, or the right foot up to the sky. And then bring that right foot toward the left wrist, knee toward the right wrist, coming into pigeon pose. So our shin is kind of coming across the front of the mat here. Does not need to be totally parallel to the top of the mat. But you're sinking these hips down. You should feel a nice stretch on the outside of the right hip. And a really good stretch on this left, the back leg hip flexor, so the front part of that hip. And let's start by just pressing up, either on the foot and the thigh or the mat. Press up, get a little back bend, opening the chest, opening the heart. And on your next exhale, start coming forward. Hinging at the hip and draping over that right leg. Find wherever is comfortable for you today. Maybe resting on a block, or your step stool, or maybe using stacked fists, or maybe coming all the way down, bringing the chest and the forehead down to the mat. The arms are stretched out front. We're finding the tension wherever we're holding and consciously thinking about it and letting it go. A lot of our limitations are are really just from our own resistance. And lift up nice and slow. Press into the toes of that back foot. Bring the front leg back to down dog. And we'll lift the left leg. And bring that left foot forward. Again. Bringing the shins kind of, the idea is a little bit more parallel, so the left ankle is behind the right wrist. And the left knee is behind the left wrist. Pause here, get a little lift. Lift of that spine, a little back bend. And on your next exhale, start hinging forward, bringing the hands forward, finding wherever feels good for you today on this pretty intense hip stretch. Breathing into the resistance. Maybe just recognizing it, which will help us learn how to release resistance and tension. And then slowly come on up. And let's just roll over to the side and bring those legs forward, out in front. And roll all the way down on your back. Do a couple more floor chest openers here. So we're coming into bridge pose. Bend the knees, bringing the heels toward the hips. The hands are down by the hips. I'm going to start by lifting up the hips, making the line from the knees all the way down to the chest. Using the glutes to press up. And then we'll start to bring the shoulder blades together under the chest. And maybe clasping the hands, interlacing the fingers below the hips, down by the ankles. If you're in this position, start pressing forward, using the strength of the legs, the quads, and press from the feet. Kind of bring the chest forward, keeping the hands on the mat to really round the spine for a back bend and chest and heart opener. And then release the hands, untuck the shoulders, roll the hips down, and then hug the right knee into the chest and the left leg long. Really give it a nice, good hug. And switch legs. Send the right leg long. Hug the left knee into the chest. Really pressing it into the body. Getting our inner organs massage here. And then bring the legs, feet down to the mat. Hug both knees in, rock side to side. And then roll both knees over to one side. How about the left? So we're coming into our spinal twist. Shoulders are on the mat. Adjust how you need. Sometimes I like to send my hips a little bit further back. So if my knees are going to the left, I like to start with sending my hips to the right so that I have a better feel of a long spine. And our arms are out to the sides, so the gaze goes to the opposite of the knees. Release into the spine. Again, finding the tension. Sometimes I'm holding something kind of subconsciously until I start thinking about it. And then bring the knees up to the center, through the center, and send them over to the other side, to the right. Maybe lifting and sending the hips to the left first, and then the knees come over to the right. Relaxing spinal twist. Shoulders, both shoulders are still resting on the mat, and the gaze can go to the left, the opposite way of the knees. Breathe into the twist. And then a quick final resting relaxation pose. So bring those feet out in front. Shavasana. Recline all the way back on your back. Send those legs out long, maybe out to the sides. Let the feet flop open to the sides. Open the arms to the sides of the body, palms up. And release all the tension into the earth. The earth will support you. Close the eyes and start envisioning the energy that we just created circulating all through the body, carrying nourishment open through all the channels that we hopefully made some space for today. And if you are ready, you can roll onto one side and slowly make your way into a seated pose, seated posture. Maybe sitting on your block or a pillow, cross-leg, or on your hips, on your calves. Take a moment here to reflect on your practice today. Bring the hands to heart center, symbol of gratitude, thanking yourself for the time you made today for your yoga practice. Thanking North Dodge for organizing this for us. And thanking the universe for teaching us lessons and giving us this body to do so. Thank you again for practicing with me today. Hopefully we've made some space in our bodies, which will make space in our minds and hearts to be able to carry this energy and this compassion out into the world today and every day. Namaste. Thanks again, everyone. Have a great weekend. I'm not sure about what's happening for the virtual classes this week, but stay tuned, and Sarah will be probably posting posting something very soon if we're continuing this week. Things are still up in the air, so thank you everyone for being patient with us, and we'll hopefully see you all very soon in person. Bye-bye.